You guys want to hear something funny? Ever since moving to a church, I've gotten really good at Crucifix game. So, you know, I think Jesus would want me to share this game with you. In today's narrated jujitsu role, we have Crucifix game for you, which I'll go into detail. We also have a really good counter to a mount escape. So when you have mount and they try to escape, we have a really good counter for you. And then lastly, we have some self-defense jujitsu against a classic bully headlock, which doesn't happen a lot in jiu-jitsu, but it's when it does, come on. All right, so let's get down to the roll. All right. Do you want to know what my perfect day is? It's a Saturday. My perfect day is training in the morning, going outside, going to the beach, and then making a video for you. This is like the perfect day. And of course, eating a bunch of cookies. They're called Goodnight Fatties. Oh my God. I have an alarm set for 5 p.m. to order some Goodnight Fatties because they only deliver in this area on Saturdays. So if you know, you know. All right. So let's get down to business. All right, so we're starting to roll. I'm rolling with Mike. Mike is a adult who likes to physically say no. Oh, wait, let me put this away, that way. And Mike, I think I'm picking on you because I get this Crucifix game on purple belts. So, you know, don't feel special. This is my game. So right here, I have the overhook, and look at this. That was a very smart move. I'm going to omoplata, and do you see how his arm is tucked in? So from the overhook, he was smart enough to weave his hand on the inside. If he wouldn't have done that, he would have right now been in trouble. And look at this. He knows I'm trying to switch from omoplata. You can then switch to a triangle. So you can see here, he's working out of some stuff. And he's smart to control that foot, because otherwise that would have been a triangle right there. This is a good defense. All right, so here's where our Crucifix game starts. First, you can get them to turtle position. One, either they go into turtle because a lot of people don't like getting passed, so they'll go directly to turtle instead of giving up the points for passing. Another way is to do a snap down. The key to the snap down is the hand position. You don't want to be on the neck. You want to be above the neck on the head. That way, because do a little test right now. Put your hand on your neck and try to lift up, and put your hand in the back of your head and try to lift up. Your body will always protect itself from breaking its own neck. So the body's gonna be weaker if you are putting pressure on the neck. Now, look at this. One key thing here is connection. You want to nail their body to your cross, okay? This is super, super important. If there's any bit of a gap, then they'll shake you off and you're gonna be on the bottom of side control. Now here I go for a key lock grip because I feel that Mike's a little squirrely and I just want a very secure connection. Now, while all this is happening, their near side arm, you want to get that between your legs. And I like to keep my feet on the inside of the arm because it sets up a very tight arm bar. So from here, all you have to do is extend your hips, and a lot of the times you can finish the arm bar.
So say good night to the black guy. Come on.
And once you have that tight connection, especially against a bigger person, the back connection is everything. You just let them decide where you go. Now this is a key transition here. You can either swim your legs to the outside or to the inside if you're trying to go for the armbar or not. Sometimes they're super strong and they will defend the armbar by curling their arm, which is perfect. In order to combat that, you use a little push-pull. So what I did there is I cross-faced him to go one way, so when he tries to fight against the cross-face, you can easily push into a triangle. Now, another key tip here is to combine attacks to increase your success rate. So here we have a triangle choke in addition to an arm lock and arm bar. So right now he's getting choked while fighting to keep a grip to defend against being armbarred. And here is the armbar. So once again, snap down and keep a secure connection. Pinch your thighs, be above their elbow for that far arm. You know, go for the armbar, but sometimes they can squirrel out of it if they're doing a really tight arm curl, they're asking for this triangle.
So say good night to the bad guy. Come on. The last time you're gonna see a bad guy like this again, let me tell you.
Dunked on him, now I'm swinging off the rim. Been coming off the bench while I'm coming off the court fully drenched. Here goes some haterade, get your thirst quenched.
Now in this next segment, we are going to see a classic counter to a very strong mount escape. So let's say you have mount on somebody who's bigger and stronger. The first thing I like to do is I like to go, when I'm in mount, when I have mount, I like to immediately attack. Right here I'm going for a Nogi Ezekiel, and they're always going to bridge and roll to the side that you have the arm tucked under. So expect that and know that you are going to have to post your arm out to stop that bridge and roll from happening, and then you can transition into a spinning armbar. And then from here, what I like to do is, do you see how my top leg is weaved in between his arms? I love doing this. Here I'm butt scooting to get back in frame. This is called the get in frame butt scoot. Now, the key here is to weave that leg in, that way you always have a triangle as your backup. But here I use that as a lever. Do you see my left foot, how it pushes it down, pushes his head back down? Now, if I were to choose against a big squirrely guy on top of me, even with a triangle, versus me finishing the triangle with them on their back or armbarring them with them on their back, I'm gonna choose to have them on their back. Like, even if I'm attacking, I don't like big people on top of me when it comes to jiu-jitsu. Like here, for example, going for an armbar and then transitioning to a triangle. And I had previously gotten stacked pretty hard before, so that's why I just bailed with the foot on the hip, because I didn't even feel like attacking the triangle, because if somebody's way bigger than me and they stack, like I was still healing from an injury. Here's a classic headlock. Okay, I do the same movement as a toe pick, and then he still has my head. So forearm frame, and then drive your forehead up. And here's the same transition to an armbar. So here I'm keeping the triangle, and I am attacking the arm that's inside to get an armbar. All right, and yeah, that's the roll. So thank you, Mike. You know, Mike is a very good white belt. You know, he definitely has a strong physical no. But Mike, you know, you're doing great. Good job. Don't feel bad. Don't feel special. You know what? Something that interesting that I learned the other day. Do you know how when we talk about, like, I've never saw it from this perspective before. Do you know how we talk about ego? And whenever I think of ego, I think of like feeling like you're really good at something. But do you know how sometimes you feel really bad at something? Like, to be at either extreme is the ego. So to either think like, yeah, I'm the bee's knees, or to think like I'm horrible is kind of like the ego. And so I don't know, I think that's like really interesting, because now what I try to do, to be quite honest, is like, even if I really, let's say I suck at something, one thing that jiu-jitsu taught me is how to be my own coach, and what thoughts I choose to accept and what thoughts I don't, and what thoughts I try to soften. Like, for example, if let's say I'm trying a technique for the first time, it doesn't work. At first it was like frustration, right? And then after a while you get so used to failure that you learn how to move through failure and see it as a process, and know that it's just, you know, same. I was listening to a rap song the other day, and it was like, same D, the same D, new Magnum. I thought that was a hilarious rap line. Anyway, so my point is to, like, in life, period, like in jiu-jitsu and in life, I like to pretend that I'm my own coach, and you know how best to coach yourself. You know what I mean? Like, know thyself. I know how to motivate myself. I know when I'm most likely to have a thought that's discouraging, and I know how to handle like a discouraging thought, because I am not my thoughts. They're just like tuning a radio station, like whatever dial I choose, whatever frequency I choose to land on, like that's the thoughts that are going to come in. And if I wake up one morning and I'm like, oh man, like, you know, I just started boxing, now I have to go box my coach, who's obviously going to punch me in the face. The other day we started a round and he already had blood like on his glove. Like, I could choose to go down that path, or I could choose to go down the path of, I'm so thankful that Mike is doing rounds with me. He's such a great coach. I love the excitement of learning something new. I love the warmth of getting a shot, like right to the gut. Like, every time I'm getting stronger and more used to getting these body shots, my body is getting stronger. I am a machine. Like, I am getting better do you see how you can like turn your thoughts around and then start on a, you know what I mean? Like, you can get momentum in a certain direction, and then now it's like, because I need to learn how to love it. I need to learn how to love, especially the beginning part of the process, which is the hardest. You know what I'm saying? The hardest part I find is just putting your shoes on and getting out the door. That, and the gut punches also are, I'm not gonna lie. All right.
Of creation, we the generation. Tell me why. Try to break tribulation. Exodus, alright. Movement of your people. Oh yeah, alright.
You are now listening to the real, and that would be the Neptunes and the new label.
Top down, chrome spinning. You see the boss grinning. I'm loving these damn women. I let two get in. She tried to let the rest fit in. I'm like, no, love, that's forbidden. I ain't for squishing. That's a problem to the real well. Trust, I know them 20s real well. Now we coasting. Me two chicks and toasting. I turn up the volume, watch the bass get them open. Soft spoken with a wild side. I love them in the ride. They love it in the ride. We was moving bodies before we hit the party. Before the DJ started cutting, I was already the relative girls from nothing to something. Hit the parking lot, hear the club system thumping. Lose the face. You twos was great, but it's to the VIP. I got new moves to make.
When the last time you heard it like this? Smoke some, drink some, get ripped. And make the girls in the party. Get down! Get down! Get down!
Thank you so much for watching Keep Training. You're doing great. You're getting better every day. You're getting stronger every day. And until next time, bye.